You are watching NetSoft IT Academy. 905-812-2923. info@netsoftacademy.com. www.netsoftacademy.com.
Now for the next lab, we'll be creating a new virtual machine, a new Windows Server 2025 virtual machine called NITA EXCH01. Now the purpose of this virtual machine is to act as our primary mailbox server. So let's get started on this virtual machine. Now one thing, remember that you need to give more resources to this virtual machine here. So previous one, we are doing the exact same steps as what we did in lab number 1, but instead of giving it less RAM, we are giving it more RAM and more processing power. That's the only difference. So I'll install the operating system later. Next. Windows Server 2025, no change here. Next. Now this one's name will be NITA EXCH01. NITA EXCH01. And I'll make sure that this virtual machine is also saved under the Exchange Labs folder here that we have earlier. Okay, next. Now you can see that it is saying, oh, there are multiple VMs in the same location. So that usually happens when you have multiple VMs created in the same district. So it's okay. It's not a problem. I can create a new folder under this and just name it NITA EXCH01. I can select that folder. Next. I select BIOS. Next. Now this is where it gets a little bit interesting, and this is where you should pay a little bit of attention as well to your settings here. So for this one, I am only going to increase the number of cores per processor to 2. So that makes it 2 processor cores in total. We are trying to be a little bit conservative with our resource management here, but it doesn't have to be that conservative. You can add a little bit more, but remember, you need to have enough resources to be doing that. You don't have your resources, you do not commit your resources. It's a very simple thing. Next. Now for the RAM, I'm going to go with 8 GB of RAM. That is 8192 MB, or you can just toggle over here. Right? Next. 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 We select SCSI here. SCSI. Next. Next. Store the virtual as a single file. Now for the maximum disk size. You can give 320 GB, not 3200 GB, 320 GB, and store this virtual disk as a single file, but you will not be using all of that space right away. So you can give a little bit larger number. The minimum number is 60 GB, but it's a good idea to give a little bit more. Now in my case, for my ADDS, I did not give enough memory because it did not need it. But for this one, it needs as much as I can give it. Next, next, and finish. Now we're going to repeat the same process of installing the operating system, doing all those things. So I'll click on Edit Virtual Machine Settings first. Click on CD/DVD SATA. Use ISO image. And select Exchange Server 2025 here. Okay. Power on this virtual machine. Now again, you see I need to click on it to make sure that I'm inside it. The only way I can get direct input to this virtual machine is Control G again. And Control Alt to release. Now, it's just a click and just do all that. It's just a very fancy way of doing it. So I'll be quickly installing the virtual machine the same way that we installed the operating system in the previous one though. So next, I agree everything will be deleted including files, apps and settings. Next, we're not changing too many things here. I mean, come on. We select the 2025 data center, desktop experience. Next, accept. And then it will look for the disk that we created, the 320 GB free space that we allocated for this VM. Next. Now it is reading that and installing will start now. So we'll wait for this VM to complete installation and then proceed ahead with all of the necessary prerequisite steps for that after installation. Remember, this is all post installation. We are still not getting into the Exchange Server category here or territory here. Now once the virtual machine has completed installing the operating system, we enter the same password as earlier, password 1350, and click on finish, or just press enter, it will automatically finish it for you. Now I'm going to unlock the PC or unlock the virtual machine here. I'm going to log in. And the first thing that I always like doing is changing the name and installing VMware Tools. The reason why I like to install VMware Tools first is because I would like my restarts to be done in one big go rather than everything else. All the other things will follow after that. You can see that it is taking a little bit of time for all the things to be installed and prepped. So I'll give it that time. We'll wait for it. And once it is done, then we'll move on to the next part here. Or we can see this. Now, if you realize one thing, the first virtual machine was a little bit slower. The second one worked a whole lot faster. Why do you think that is? Think of an answer. Think of an answer. And you will find that it is a very surprising phenomenon that Exchange servers or Windows Server 2025 in general works a little bit differently. It's a little bit differently abled. So first thing, I click on local server here on the server manager. Click on the computer name. Remember multiple ways of doing the same task. Remember that. Multiple ways of doing the same exact task. Click on change. Nita EXCH01. Okay. This will take a second. This will take a second. Okay. Close. I'm going to restart later because I'm going to be setting up my virtual machine tools right away. My VMware tools right away. Don't show this again. VMware. Now, remember this, that I like installing these things in the beginning because it gives me a little bit of, let's just say, how do I put it? The best way of thinking about it and looking at it is it gives me a little bit more flexibility when I want to copy and paste certain things or when I want to move things around. So that is one of the reasons why I like to install VMware tools first, right after renaming my machine. And also, it doesn't hurt that I kill two birds with the same stone. So I go to my file explorer, this PC, and right here I can find my DVD drive D, VMware tools, and I run the setup. It's a very simple, easy process. It's nothing complicated, but it is important. Otherwise, without the tools here, it is a very sad sight to look at, if I'm being quite honest. So once the tools are installed, we will have to restart this machine, and then after that, we will be starting with the next few steps. That is configuring this machine to start working as an Exchange server pronto. Remember that we are doing that, and you can see this. So this feels much nicer. That's the reason why I like to do it first. All right, so I'm restarting the machine here, and then we'll look at the next steps. Okay, so now let's log in first. So we're going to do a few quick things right off the bat. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'll you you should probably do this as well. Change the IP address. We don't want this machine connected to the internet. We need it to be domain joined. So for that, we'll have to change the IP address first. So local server, Ethernet 0, right click, properties, Internet Protocol version 4. Now for this one, we are using a little bit of separation here. So we're going to go with 172.16.10.30. Now the reason behind that is we want a little bit of separation. So that if we have to add another domain controller, we still have the space to do that. 172.16.10.1 is our default gateway, and our preferred DNS server is 172.16.10.10. Now, once that is done, I'm going to go to Tools, click on Windows Defender Firewall with Advanced Security, and I'm going to turn off the firewall altogether. Properties, everything set to off. Everything set to off. That way, it is all properly set up and clear. Okay, done. Now, one thing that you can do is you can install a local copy of Google Chrome if you want to. That way, if you have any issues, you don't want to use Edge, you want to use Google Chrome, you can do it. So for that, you will have to use the apps.iso file. Now, I'll show you where to find. I have the file with me here. So I'm going to click on settings, cd/dvd stator, click on browse. Now you can see that I don't have it here, but I have all of my stuff all here. So it's all a matter of just me finding it. So I will do that and I'll install Google Chrome and I'll show you where to find it as well. Okay, so now moving on, after you install Chrome, the last thing that we're going to do is domain join this workstation. So I click on work group. Now, one thing, let me just double check my IP addresses and my names again, because it is a good practice. And you are prone to make mistakes here more than you are prone to make mistakes anywhere else. Okay, everything looks perfectly good here. So I click on work group from the local server, click on change, select my domain. Now my domain name is nita.local. The moment I click that, administrator at nita.local and password 1350, as you can see here. And click on OK. And now you're joined to the Nita domain. So now your machine will restart again here. So restart the machine. And that is also the end of our lab here. Now, installing Chrome is a choice that I would leave to you. The reason I did not show the entire process is because it's just you have the installer already. You just need to run the installer and it will install Chrome for you. So that should not be a big problem. So I'll see you in the next lab. Thank you.
Thank you for watching NetSoft IT Academy. 905-812-2923. info@netsoftacademy.com. www.netsoftacademy.com.